So let's have a little conversation about inequalities. So an inequality is a mathematical statement that shows two quantities that are not equal. I mean, that's even in the name, unequal. They're not equal. So you might see greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So it's important to really understand what this statement says. If I have x is greater than 5, that means I have to find some value for x that makes this statement true. So for instance, if I pick 7, 7 is valid because I know that 7 is greater than 5. And I know that 10 is also valid because 10 is greater than 5. And I know something that, I'll do it in a different color. I know like 0 is not valid because 0 is not less than 5. So I'll write false over here so you guys can see it. This is an F. Great. So we could write as many different solutions as we want, right? 6 works, 8 is bigger than 5, 9 is bigger than 5, 5.5 is bigger than 5, 5.1 is bigger than 5. Is 5 bigger than 5? No. So I can, instead of writing dots all over this line, what we can do is I can shade in my graph over all the values to the right of 5, because that represents numbers that are bigger than 5. But what about at 5 itself? Well, we know 5.1 is bigger. 5 is not bigger, though. So to show that 5 is not a solution itself, we would write an open circle at our value. Yeah, so what would a situation like this look like? So this is saying x is less than or equal to -1. Some value for x is less than or equal to -1. So let's do the same thing. We know we're looking at -1 over here. What is less than or equal to -1? Well, 0 is not. Just kidding. That's a prank. -2 is less than or equal to -1. -6 is less than or equal to -1. Let's put these dots on here. -2 is right here. -6 is right here. So it kind of seems like all these values to the left are solutions. But this underlined part means or equal to. So not only can it be less, but it can also be equal to -1, which means -1 is a solution. So if I put a dot right here at -1, that signifies that it's a solution. Just like we did over here with our open circle, what I want to do is, instead of putting 1,000, 1,000,000, 1,000,000,000 dots on the left of my number line, what I can do is I can just make a big dot at -1. This means -1 is a solution, and so is everything to the left of -1. So an easy way to remember it, I think, is that once you shade your line, you know x can be anything over here. So because I shaded to the left of -1 and it falls on -7, for instance, I know that -7 is less than or equal to -1.